Welcome, dear friends, to a profound journey into the very beginning of all things. We embark today on an exploration of the book of Genesis, the foundational book of our faith. It is here that the grand narrative of God's relationship with humanity truly begins. Genesis is far more than ancient history. It is a timeless testament to God's power, His promises, and His unwavering love. Within its sacred pages, we discover the origins of creation, the entry of sin, and the unfolding of God's redemptive plan. This book lays the essential groundwork for understanding the entire Bible, revealing truths that resonate deeply within our hearts today. In the beginning, before anything existed, God, the magnificent Creator, brought forth the universe. With His divine word, He spoke light into being, separating it from the darkness. He meticulously formed the heavens and the earth, filling them with breathtaking beauty and intricate design. God then populated the world with every living creature, each uniquely fashioned by His hand. Finally, in the pinnacle of His creative work, God made humanity. He created Adam and Eve in His own image, bestowing upon them dignity and purpose. He gave them dominion over all creation, inviting them to partner with Him in stewarding His perfect world. This act of creation reveals God as sovereign, all-powerful, and infinitely good. It reminds us that we are not here by accident, but by divine design. Paradise, however, was not to remain untouched by disobedience. Adam and Eve, residing in the beautiful Garden of Eden, faced a profound test of their obedience. They were tempted by the serpent, who cunningly questioned God's clear command. Tragically, they chose to disobey, partaking of the forbidden fruit. This act of rebellion, born of pride and distrust, shattered the perfect harmony of creation. Sin entered the world, bringing with it suffering, shame, and a painful separation from God. The consequences of their choice rippled through all generations, affecting every aspect of human existence. Yet, even in this moment of profound brokenness, God's love and a glimmer of His redemptive plan were present. He clothed them and promised a future deliverer. As humanity multiplied, so did its wickedness, filling the earth with violence and corruption. God, in His righteous judgment, grieved over the state of humanity. Yet, amidst the pervasive sin, one man found favor in the eyes of the Lord: Noah. God, in His mercy, chose to preserve a remnant of humanity and all living creatures. He instructed Noah to build a massive ark, a vessel of salvation. A great flood then covered the earth, cleansing it of its pervasive evil. After the waters receded, God established a new covenant with Noah and all living things. He promised never again to destroy the earth by flood, sealing this promise with the beautiful sign of the rainbow. This covenant speaks to God's enduring faithfulness and His commitment to His creation. Following the flood, humanity once again began to multiply and spread across the earth. However, instead of scattering as God intended, they gathered in one place. Driven by pride and a desire to make a name for themselves, they began to build a towering structure. This was the Tower of Babel, an ambitious project intended to reach the heavens. Their aim was to unify themselves apart from God, to establish their own glory. God, observing their rebellious ambition, intervened. He confused their languages, making it impossible for them to understand one another. This divine act scattered them across the face of the earth, forming the diverse nations and languages we see today. It was a powerful lesson in humility and the futility of human endeavors apart from God. From this scattered humanity, God chose one man, Abraham, to begin a new chapter in His redemptive story. God called Abraham to leave his homeland, his family, and everything familiar. He was to journey to a land God would show him. In return for his obedience, God made an extraordinary promise. He vowed to make Abraham the father of a great nation, a people through whom all the families of the earth would be blessed. This was a promise of descendants, land, and a divine blessing that would extend far beyond Abraham himself. God then established a solemn covenant with Abraham, confirming His promises. He declared that Abraham's descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky, an impossible feat in human terms, but entirely possible for God. This covenant marked the beginning of God's special relationship with a chosen people, through whom His ultimate plan of salvation would unfold. Years passed, and Abraham and his wife Sarah grew old, yet the promised son had not arrived. Doubt could have easily taken root, but Abraham continued to trust in God's faithfulness. Finally, in their old age, God miraculously fulfilled his promise. Abraham's son, Isaac, was born, a living testament to God's power and his unwavering commitment to his word. Isaac's birth brought immense joy and confirmed the covenant God had made. Yet, Abraham's faith was to be tested in the most profound way imaginable. God commanded Abraham to offer Isaac, his only son, as a sacrifice. This was an agonizing request, seemingly contradicting God's earlier promises. However, Abraham, in an incredible display of unwavering faith, prepared to obey. At the last moment, God intervened, providing a ram as a substitute. This pivotal event demonstrated Abraham's complete devotion and foreshadowed God's ultimate provision of a sacrifice. Isaac, the son of promise, later had two sons, Esau and Jacob. It was Jacob, the younger, who would carry on the lineage of the covenant. Jacob's life was marked by struggle and transformation, culminating in a powerful encounter with God. He wrestled with a divine being all night, refusing to let go until he received a blessing. In that moment, Jacob's name was changed to Israel, meaning one who struggles with God. This new name signified a profound shift in his character and destiny. Jacob, now Israel, became the father of 12 sons, who would form the 12 tribes of Israel. Their family story is complex, filled with sibling rivalry, deception, and hardship. Among these sons, Joseph, Jacob's beloved, stood out. Joseph's story is a powerful testament to God's sovereignty and his ability to turn evil into good. Out of jealousy and resentment, Joseph's brothers cruelly sold him into slavery. He was taken to Egypt, far from his family and homeland. Despite his unjust circumstances, Joseph remained faithful to God. Through a series of divine interventions, including his ability to interpret dreams, Joseph rose to prominence in Egypt. He interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, foretelling a coming famine, and was appointed to a position of great power, second only to Pharaoh himself. When the famine struck, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt seeking food. In a deeply moving reunion, Joseph revealed himself to them. He forgave his brothers, understanding that God had used their evil intentions for a greater purpose, to preserve his family and ultimately the lineage of the covenant. This reunion brought Jacob's entire family to Egypt, setting the stage for the Israelites to grow into a great nation, fulfilling God's promise to Abraham. The book of Genesis is a magnificent tapestry woven with threads of creation, the fall, God's judgment, and his enduring grace. It is a story of brokenness and redemption, of human failure and divine faithfulness. From the very first words, "In the beginning, God," Genesis reveals the character of our Creator, his power, his justice, his mercy, and his unwavering love. It lays the essential groundwork for understanding the entire Bible, introducing key themes like covenant, sin, sacrifice, and the promise of a coming deliverer. Genesis is not just ancient history, it is the living foundation of our faith, revealing God's eternal plan for salvation. It reminds us that even in our brokenness, God is always working, always faithful, and always moving towards his ultimate purpose. We pray this journey through Genesis has deepened your understanding and strengthened your faith. If you enjoyed this summary, please consider liking this video, leaving a comment, sharing it with others, and subscribing to our channel for more inspiring Bible summaries. May God bless you as you continue to explore his living word.